Synonyms are everywhere in English, but how do I know which one to choose? That's what Ellie wants to know. Great question. There are lots of synonyms in English, but words very rarely have exactly the same meaning. So we're going to look at some things you need to think about when choosing your words. First, connotation. These words all have very similar meanings. They're synonyms. However, some are more positive, like slender and slim. Thin is quite neutral, and skinny is a lot more negative. You're looking really slender. Oh, thank you. You're looking really skinny. Oh, thanks. Here are some more examples of synonyms with different connotations. You're really assertive. Ah. You're really bossy. Ah. If you're not sure of the connotation, you can find this kind of information in a dictionary. For example, slender is often described as being quite attractive. Skinny is usually described as disapproving. Next, you need to consider if the word is part of a set phrase or collocation. So words can be synonyms, but some words will collocate with another word, but the synonym may not. For example, we say slim chance, but not thin chance. You can wear skinny jeans, but not thin jeans. You can disappear into thin air, but you can't disappear into slim air. She just disappeared into thin air. As well as collocations, think about whether the word is part of a set phrase or idiom. That means you might not be able to swap it with a synonym. For example, under and beneath. They are synonyms. Climate and weather can be synonyms. However, if you say, "Oh, I'm beneath the climate today." Huh? "Oh, I'm feeling under the weather today." Oh, make sure you get the correct phrase. Another thing to consider is register and formality. Some pairs of words seem to be synonyms, but you wouldn't necessarily use them in the same context. Some may be more formal than others. Kids, informal. Children, neutral. Children must remain with their parents at all times. Come on kids, let's go. This is also the same for linkers. Some linkers are more informal, like also. But in a more formal essay setting, you might use additionally. Also think about the region. Some words seem to be synonyms, but they may be used in different countries or areas of the country. For example, in British English and American English. Also bear in mind the context. For example, these are all different ways to say the number 0. They're synonyms. However, we use naught or 0 in mathematics. We use O in telephone numbers. And we use nil in sports. Although in tennis, we say love. We won 5-0. Yeah, my number is 017. So there's lots to think about. But finally, remember to consider your audience. Sometimes it's important to show off. However, if you're trying to get your point across quickly, try and use the simplest option. Be vigilant. An automobile is approaching. Careful, a car's coming. That was a great question from Ellie, but we'd like to hear from you. So send your questions to our email address. And don't forget to check under, below, beneath for more information.